Alrighty, guys, everybody, come on in, come on in, come on in. I am live. It looks like we had the Mexican officials hold a press conference on the 4 kidnappings. Okay, so everybody, come on in. I'm gonna play this. It is translated already, so there's no need for translation on my end. Okay, so just a heads up, everybody, come on in. A press conference was held. It's about 30 minutes or so of a press conference, and they are translating. I just literally went live and said, let me give this to you guys so that everybody can see it in one place. All right. Let me go ahead and hit that play button. Shout out to everybody that's just joining us. I know those notifications don't go out when you just hit live. That's just how it works on YouTube sometimes. If you're joining us, thank you so much for joining us. Um, and let's see, hold up 1 minute. Let me see real quick. Check my other devices. Checking the other devices. Yeah, I'm here listening. Okay, no worries. All right. Thank you. Hey, Lost in Space. Welcome, welcome. So I'm hooking up my other devices. We're gonna go ahead and hit play on this. So this is the Mexican officials. They held a press conference as we knew that they would about the situation and what went down. Okay, let me hit play on this.
That was uninjured and the man that was injured. The two kidnapped persons will be transferred through the appropriate protocols to the authorities after the corresponding uh, uh, thank you very much for your attention. The secretary, would you like to speak about the different facts during this investigation? Thank you. Uh, with the if the Security Council allows, I'm going to explain the different uh, facts and how this happened. From Friday the 3rd, the protocols were activated from the coordination group of security of Tamaulipas with federal and local authorities. They came to the place of the facts where you could see the
I know.
white minivan
I hear you, Lost in
that
Space.
the Americans were driving, and another uh, truck that was not involved, but it was just in transit through the place. There's information about images because of videos that some people uploaded to the and posted on social media, where you can see a pickup truck with armed people, whereby the people that were in the minivan were loaded by armed civil men onto another pickup truck and were taken from the place. Protocols were activated, and of all the exchange of information, we could see that the license plates from the US, so we exchanged information with the US. When we processed this vehicle, we could also figure that there were American citizens. However, this information had not been verified yet, since we didn't have the answer from the American authorities. From the moment the protocols of the search protocols were activated, not just of the crime, the search protocol, this was started through the same security group. We started going to hospitals to search and find the people. These are the natural procedures. In the same way, we obtained the C5 collaboration to see the vehicles that were taking part in these facts. We could identify several of the uh, vans and SUVs and pickup trucks that were part of this. You can see the C5 cameras, and you can see which ones were nearby to the facts. We identified these units, and we want to stop here where you can see that we were able to identify which was the truck that was taking the people, the American citizens. We activated the protocol as we mentioned. We have at this time a certainty that there are American citizens that had been kidnapped. We offer a phone number so the citizenship can, the population can give us information. And in this way, mm, there are a number of calls where the different groups were uh, formed with the different authorities, as the secretary mentioned, the Secretary of the State, the Department of the Navy, the National Secretary.
Hey guys, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, just a tea, please. So here's what happened. Okay, we had talked about this story earlier today. We were able to find out that well, yesterday, and actually over the weekend, there was a report of a kidnapping of 4 U.S. citizens, right? And so then we had the video. I believe it went viral on Friday, somewhere on Twitter. And from that, you could see the kidnapping. You could see Tay McGee in the car, and then the 3 other individuals that were kind of tossed into the back of a white pickup truck, right? And so as the days have gone by, we have learned that the reason why the 4 individuals were driving down there in a white car, I think it was like a minivan or a van with North Carolina license plates, was because they were getting a medical procedure done, and so that's something that they had scheduled. So today, what broke today was that 4 out of the American citizens, 2 are dead, okay, have been found dead, and then 2 have survived. One is severely injured, and then the other one, which I believe is probably Tay, that we had talked about a couple times here, and we were making that assumption that it was probably her, has survived. While I was live on some other topics, I was getting some more information, some more about just pictures that have surfaced on social media. We're going to see those here in a minute. And basically, I know I was scheduled to go live here in a little bit on this topic, but we might as well just do this here because they have the press conference. So this is the Mexican officials giving the breakdown as to what they did, what happened, how all of this went down. It sounds like when the video went viral, there was also other people that have captured, or cameras that captured photos of the vehicle, so they were able to exactly pinpoint who it was and how it went down. But let's go ahead and hit play. And then there's a translator here. The translator isn't necessarily capturing everything, but she's doing her job. Shout out to her. It's hard to translate.
All these groups start processing the information that we obtain, and these uh, give way to several searches. Uh, the next one, we did several searches, as you can see, with different institutions working on it. You can see some of the examples of the searches that we did. The next one. And today, around 8 a.m., following on this work of the interinstitutional task group, We found this house in Ejido Picoloco, uh, outside Matamoros, where we found the four people. Unfortunately, two of them were not alive, and two were alive. We found one of the detained person, the person that was uh, invigilating these people, and they are already uh, at the disposition of the state and of the public ministry. We have to show that this was done through drones. Around 10:30 a.m., as the governor said, through the protocols, we delivered to the consulate the two American citizens that were alive to continue with the other procedures with the corpses. Thank you. Then now it's questions and answers. We can start. Please be brief, since we have a tight schedule, and everyone please be brief. Thank you. We have a list. Fabiola Sanchez from AP, please. Good afternoon to all authorities. I would like to ask, what's the condition of the person that has been injured? He was injured on his leg. How did the first people that died, how did they die? The place where everyone was found, was it a security house? What type of house was it?
Let me tell you something. When it comes to information, they're not bound by the same uh, guidelines that maybe the American government is. So they might just say exactly everything that happened as how they saw it fit. You just never know whatsoever. It sounds like the survivors are still getting treatment. I don't really know. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more update here. I'm literally watching this with you guys. I have not watched this yet, but we're watching it now and felt like we could watch it together. I'm also going to pull up some of the pictures that have been posted up. First, they were posted up by the Shade Room. I had seen them, but this is Tay McGee. Okay, let me see if I can post them up now so you guys can see it. Okay, Tay McGee. I mean, I feel some type of way because she looks very, Lord have mercy, she just looks very traumatized by this whole incident. The Shade Room, of course, has already posted some of these pictures up. Let me stop right here and let me show you guys. Here is what we have so far. Update. One of the four Americans, Latavia McGee, who goes by Tay, kidnapped in Mexico, found safely, appears to be traumatized. This is one of the picture. This is her picture. Okay, if you guys remember when they were walking her to the car, they literally like basically threw her in the back of that truck. Okay, the blogger that posted this up first was the big man on campus, which I believe if you look him up on Twitter, because he's got a Twitter feed, shout out to him. He's actually the one that has been covering some of this. Latavia Washington McGee, one of the four kidnapped individuals in Mexico, obviously very distraught. Okay, after being found alive outside Matamoros, Mexico. Sadly, two of the friends were found deceased and one is critically injured. All right. So this is just giving you guys. Yeah, they threw her. We showed that video out there. It's out in. We showed it yesterday. Basically, they helped her up and then they kind of just tossed her there in the back of the pickup, and then they were dragging the other two individuals, and then you could see a bunch of traffic and nobody was doing anything. They were just kind of turning their cars away from the situation. Now let's go back to the press conference and make sure that you guys please, while you're down here, hit that like button. Thank you.
How did you arrive to this place? How did you get to that place? What can you tell us? Was there ransom? And also, how many people took part of this action? I can see several on the video. Are they part of a particular cartel? Does, do you are you going to increase security in Matamoros? And for the governor, what's your balance regarding what's you think about this problem? Is the situation under control now? El first day, Dr. Ervin Barrios, and then the Secretary of Defense, and then the Governor. Please come over. Yes, thank you. No, there was no ransom. We don't have a number of participants. It's part of the investigation. The group that we think we know works here is the Golfo cartel. And unfortunately, uh, there was one national person from Mexico that died, and the two Americans that died. And regarding, well, the injured and the rescue. Regarding the activities that the Army uh, did in Tamaulipas, all of Tamaulipas uh, has boosted its security with federal forces. They are at the border, they're in the cities, according to the security roundtable. As long as there is any situation, those uh, booster units from the Army will go to that point. We also have the regional forces that has 300 to 500 people that is dependent on the fourth unit and with based on Monterrey. So the regional uh, forces are also oriented to working in Matamoros and in the border. Regarding these unfortunate facts, the, it's three people have lost their lives. One is a 33-year-old woman who at some point we thought there was an additional event going on in the city because a stray bullet uh, made her lose her life
Wow.
like a block and a half away
Oh
from
my God.
these facts that we are analyzing. And regarding the other, the Americans, we are not, we do not know what are the injuries that uh, cause them the loss of life. And regarding the person that is injured, uh, it's a problem on his leg, and it, his life is at no risk.
Let me pause it right there because there was some confusion there. Wait, it's up to three. So what happened is there's the four Americans, and then there was other bystanders, Mexican nationals that were killed. Bystanders, yes. So it sounds like the bystander, because we heard that there was a Mexican bystander that was killed. It sounds like it was a woman that was happened to be there, and it might have been more than one. um, based on how they're saying it, and we can go back and listen to it, okay? But that's how I heard it. If you heard it differently, let me know. Um, I don't know. I don't know. This is what happens when the people invading your country live right next door. Surprise. How about we keep it on the topic, okay? And truly, there's like some like what's the word? The tone of this sounds very weird to me. I could be taking it a little bit wrong, but let me know. I don't know what you mean by the people invading live next door to you. Hmm. Hmm. All right. You handle yourself there in the comments, okay, love?
Now, please, David, thank you for anyone who could answer. What was the participation of the American agencies searching for these people, if there was any, regarding that information that one person was part of the FBI? Were they coming for a cosmetic surgery, or what other information do you have regarding these people? We were uh, we contacted Ambassador Salazar on Sunday, awaiting the cooperation for the search. Once we had identified these four people as Americans, and at the time we received the name of these people, there is no grounds to believe that they were related to the FBI. And what we also found were some lab tests, some medical exams. And as you mentioned, that one of the American persons was coming for a cosmetic surgery at the border. And that is why they were present in Matamoros. And from that moment, the information from the American authorities, they gave us the numbers of the American citizens and the reason why they had moved there.
I did not pause it. I don't know why it paused, but they must have had a little. Okay, it's still going on that end. Yes, thank you, Kiva, for putting that up. Yeah, we welcome varying opinions, but please be mindful that inappropriate comments will be deleted, especially if they're xenophobic, racist, or bigoted. Okay? Stay on topic and stay respectful. Yeah, we stand very firm on that. Thank you so much, my love, Kiva, for putting that out there. Um, let's see. I'm trying to see it. They're having an issue with their connection because it's still going on their end. Hopefully it'll start up here pretty soon. Hopefully it'll start up here real soon. Let me remove the trolls. Hold up.
As the governor has mentioned, the participation of the agencies, of the U.S. agencies, was regarding the information we had on the vehicle that was shared. And from that same um, exchange of information, we were able to know the identity of the four people, the ones that were dead and the ones that were still okay. And we have known from that there is no connection of them with the FBI. And
I think they're having issues with their um connection too. Just a heads up, guys. It's not me that's freezing anything. Thank you, Loki, my love. Thank you for the cash app. Um, Soli, Soli 8460 are controlled by the cartel. Look, listen, I don't know about all that. Possibly, I don't know, but it's a lot going on. All right, it's
Thank you.
starting up
Good
again.
afternoon. Regarding the person that survived, some of the kidnappers said that they had been mistaken for someone else. We have to know whether they ha- that was the reason. Uh, there are some rival groups that come and attack, and also the American authorities have mentioned that uh, some people have gone through the north border and in Tamaulipas. The DA from uh, Tamaulipas were first line of investigation. We have mentioned the reason why these uh, facts happened. The first the the first line that we are reinforcing and thinking that is the most viable is that it was a mistaken identity case. And just underline that there are several lines of investigation and none has been discarded yet. And now, Mr. Manuel, good afternoon. Uh, from El Universal Journal, and we want to uh, know which is the main line that the Tamaulipas DA's office is working on.
Oh my God. All right. So I found the blogger that shared those photos. Let me head over to that page right now because I gotta show you guys something. Okay. The photo that I just shared, I found the blogger that uh shared those photos. Okay, the name, and I just said this earlier. His name is The Big Sit Down, a crime history podcast. I believe he goes by. He has like a dub, like a signature name, but he does kind of like true crime. All right. Big Man on Campus. Okay, that's the signature that has been kind of everything has been letting everybody know what's going on. He put out here that the background regarding situation in Matamoros, Mexico, and the layout of how it's controlled and what I think happened. Here are the four people involved. He put out Tay's picture. Okay. Look at what he put out too. Oh, all right. Let me see if I can go back to it. Where's that picture at? Have mercy, that can't be it. We're not in March 2nd anymore. He. Oh, all right. He puts out a lot of stuff about the cartel and stuff. So those that are interested in learning about it, let me see. Where did that photo go? Lord have mercy. Don't tell me I lost it. I lost it. He put out a picture of the group that he felt like were involved. He put this out here. I'm going to try to look for it. Damn it, I can't believe it didn't save. This is what the van looked like. So everybody's aware of kind of what the shootout looked like. You know, this is what, give you guys an idea. From what I gathered regarding the individuals kidnapped in Matamoros, Mexico, they were supposedly mistaken for the Haitian drug traffickers by the Gulf Cartel. It is unclear if they are alive, though three men look unresponsive in the video regarding the incident. Now, this was clearly earlier. There's been a lot of updates, okay? So we know that two are alive and two are dead. All right. I'm going to see what else he put out there. Damn it, I can't. I'm gonna have to look for it. Let me go back to the video so you guys can hear and finish this press conference from Mexico, okay? Thank you so much for being so patient with me. Let me play this.
It wasn't something like completely against them. They were this criminal group was looking for a different person Do you know if they were looking for other people that were going to commit a crime? And about the Americans that died, did they die because of they were shot? Did it happen where they were kidnapped or was on transit or somewhere later? As we have mentioned, we cannot discard any line of investigation or uh, confirm one as the decisive line of investigation. It seems to be that there was a confusion or mistaken identity, but the investigation is still ongoing. Now there is the corpses are being subject to the uh, analysis and autopsy, and they are working on the and processing the corpses. And once we have the autopsy, we will be able to determine what was the cause of death. I would also like to say that all the investigation lines are open. Any of the data that can help us is the evidence in the vehicle. The vehicle came in to Mexico at 9:18, and the event that was recorded, and this event happened at 11:45 a.m. This happened after 2 hours and a half, and this morning
So this literally happened. It sounds like they happened right when they were in the border. Like they had just crossed it. Because if you guys remember the articles, it said that Tay had spoken to her mom and they were going to get the procedure, and then she stopped answering after, I don't know, for so long. Her number kept going straight to voicemail. This is what I was trying to show you guys that I could not find right away. This is the big man on campus, okay? Look what he put in here. He said, "This is likely the same group involved um, in kidnap slash shooting of the four Americans, two of which are dead. Gulf Cartel released new video interrogating six drug dealers selling without their consent in Matamoros, just across the border from Brownsville, Texas. They were subsequently executed." This is what it looks like, okay? So those that are kind of wondering, I mean, gives you an idea. I'm not playing that video here because clearly we don't want to see that kind of image here on this channel. Hey, Flor, thank you for becoming a member. Um, you think they were targeted area, but if they were like, I'm trying to understand from the conference, who were they confusing them with? Was it with Haitians, right? Because I mean, that could very well be the case that there was a mistaken identity. They thought this was like a rival Haitian gang that was driving down, related to drugs, and clearly that wasn't even the case. I don't know. I mean, I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me go ahead and hit play on this.
we had also another tip about the whereabouts of these people, and we didn't say anything until this had been confirmed that it was them. And we have been able to debrief these people partially, and they are under American custody now, and we will continue cooperating financially to obtain more information. Ruben Mazo, he's on the list. Yes, from Milenio. This question is to the person who wants to answer. Could you say in which to which group does this person that was uh, detained? You have mentioned the Gulf cartel, but can you mention if this person is part of the Gulf cartel? And to Mr. Crescencio, Tamaulipas, for decades, has been in the crossfires between cartels that are fighting over controlling this cartel, this state. The first incident in which Americans have been involved, uh, also the consulates in Nuevo Laredo have been uh, shot, and some other people have been kidnapped. Americans are kidnapped to have a rescue or ransom, and also one American person was kidnapped, and uh, she was uh, deprived of her liberty for 9 months. So, what is going on with all this? The DA? Well, we have no elements regarding this detained person. This is part of the ongoing investigation, and this person has the his rights by law, and we will be able to see in the future if he's part of a criminal organization. In Tamaulipas, violence and groups uh, have had an important presence.
She's like skipping words. In Tamaulipas, Tamaulipas is a state, okay? So she's kind of skipping words. She's trying to catch up. I think this is a hard thing to translate. So shout out to her. I'm not shitting on the translator. Trust me. I don't like translating. It is very hard sometimes to do. It sucks. Baby girl says, living in Texas, we understand that driving or walking across the border is extremely dangerous without a guide or someone who grew up there. The smaller towns directly across the border are riddled um, with cartel members, and they are not so kind to those who look like me. Whoo wee. Okay. I bet there's a lot of CCTV videos, but no one wants to. I don't know if there's a lot of CCTV videos. I honestly think that the video that went viral was somebody just filming, you know? I don't know about the mistaken identity scenario either. It wouldn't surprise me if Americans are being targeted because they're going for medical procedures with cash in hand and then being held for ransom, in my opinion. Wow, they quoted it as the deadliest land across the world. That area could be. Okay? You guys listen to your travel advisements, all right? No one's trying to poo poo on anybody's party, but there's a reason why they're out there.
We have developed a strategy, and we developed certain goals for Tamaulipas and the border to secure the border because of what has been going on for several years. I don't have the exact results, but these have been really good. The number of homicides has gone down because of this strategy, of this coordinated strategy with the state government, with all the federal agencies, and this has been able to lower the number of homicides. Also, the work of the Army, of the Air Force has been important in this sense. And we have further actions. There will be a new unit in Nuevo Laredo, 600 uh, troops. This task force of this regional task force organized in Monterrey has the option of uh, giving support to all the various agencies from the federal or state government, and the numbers can show that this there are good results regarding this strategy. And if we compare Tamaulipas today to what was going on in the previous government, the number of crimes and events was much higher. But of course, there's still some actions, and we never uh, lower our attention to the security in Tamaulipas. We do in our Security Council focus on what is going on in Tamaulipas. The president of the Security Council is focused on this, and we continue evaluating what we have already implemented to provide better security to our citizens.
Let's cross over to Twitter land. I'm gonna show you guys, excuse me. I'm gonna show you guys some more pictures that were found in Twitter land, okay? This is the one that I just showed you earlier. Okay, this is Tay McGee. All right, she is one of the victims. And then this right here is when they were in the ambulance. It sounds like this was maybe during the time that they were rescued from the kidnapping. So what it sounds like based on the conference is that they were found in a home. Okay? It sounds like they might have had drones or something when they were searching them and they were found in a home. And from there, they were able to rescue these two individuals. Hey, Vic. They able to rescue to these two individuals, and then the two other individuals were found dead. Okay, so this is giving you guys a little bit more information. Um, overall what's been going on and everything. So, uh, on the conference, the press conference, they said that they were flying drones over, something to that effect, and that the individuals were found in the home, and two of them were found dead, and then the other two were, which is here, they're alive. So I think that this gives us a better idea of, okay, it's Tay and the other victim, which we need to identify by name, and I'm gonna see if I can find out if we have it. So we have Eric, excuse me, Eric and Latavia Tay McGee. So these are the two survivors of that kidnapping. Okay, the other two have been found dead. All right. So you guys are aware. These are some of the pictures. These are the earlier pictures we were looking for. The one that was released to the shade room was this one right here of Tay. All right. So you guys are aware. These are our only two survivors, Eric and Tay. Okay, this is the video. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you want to watch it again, we can do that. I want to finish up the conference again because I think that's important. I just saw Miss Lovely T here posted as well. Sounds like she's gonna probably do a piece on it. Let me go ahead and hit play on this.
I want to add that as the Department of Defense that is reinforcing uh, the state, if the governor accepts our help, the anti-kidnapping force can stay in Tamaulipas to support the Tamaulipas authorities and to the government of the state. Investigation has just started, but we are here at the request of the president to provide information. We want to thank everyone for coming here today. Thank you, everyone.
And that is where it concludes. For those that are just coming in, let me go
We
back a
also
little
have
bit. Uh, just so I don't misquote.
your attention. The secretary, would you like to speak about the different facts during this investigation? Thank you. uh, with the if the Security Council allows, I'm going to explain the different uh, facts and how this happened. From Friday the 3rd, the protocols were activated from the coordination group of security of Tamaulipas with federal and local authorities. They came to the place of the facts where you could see the white minivan that the Americans were driving, and another uh, truck that was not involved, but it was just in transit through the place. There's information about images because of videos that some people uploaded to the and posted on social media, where you can
Exactly.
see a pickup
Guys, that social media yesterday, when some of you guys were saying, well, it's so sad that the video went up there, and I'm like, listen, see, we don't even know had that video not gone viral, or had that video not been shared, I'm telling you, I or even existed, I don't think any of us would have been aware of what happened to these individuals. Okay. So I hate to say it that way, but at the same time, it's like this is a good example of when you definitely would want that type of a moment to really gauge everybody and get everybody going and understanding what is going on, not only what happened to these individuals, because I'm telling you, I don't know if we would be up here talking about this situation. We would have never heard about it, Sinner. Absolutely. Never.
truck with armed people, whereby the people that were in the minivan were loaded by armed civil men onto another pickup truck and were taken from the place. Protocols were activated, and of all the exchange of information, we could see that the license plates from the US, so we exchanged information with the US. When we processed this vehicle, we could also figure that there were American citizens. However, this information had not been verified yet, since we didn't have the answer from the American authorities. From the moment the protocols of the search protocols were activated, not just of the crime, the search protocol, this was started through the same security group. We started going to hospitals to search and find the people. These are the natural procedures. In the same way, we obtained the C5 collaboration to see the vehicles that were taking part in these facts. We could identify several of the uh, vans and SUVs and pickup trucks that were part of this. You can see the C5 cameras, and you can see which ones were nearby to the facts. We identified these units, and we want to stop here where you can see that we were able to identify which was the truck that was taking the people, the American citizens.
Wow.
We activated the protocol as we mentioned.
So they were able to identify the truck. They were able, so they followed protocol. They had a protocol in place to follow everything, okay?
We have at this time a certainty that there are American citizens that had been kidnapped. We offer a phone number so the population can give us information. And in this way, mm, there are a number of calls where the different groups were uh, formed with the different authorities, as the secretary mentioned, the Secretary of the State, the Department of the Navy, the National Secretary.
Big process.
All these groups start processing the information that we obtain, and these uh, give way to several searches. Uh, the next one, we did several searches, as you can see, with different institutions working on it. You can see some of the examples of the searches that we did. The next one. And today, around 8 a.m., following on this work of the interinstitutional task group, we found this house in Ejido Epicoloco, uh, outside Matamoros, where we found the 4 people.
There you go. So the 4 individuals were found in a house. They were doing searches, okay? They were following a process. They worked with some of the American authorities to identify everything. They were able to identify names and everything. So this was like a collaborative work to find these individuals. They were found in a house. For those that were coming in late and asking, well, where did they find them? They found them in a house. In the house, they found that 2 of them had passed away, that they were dead, and then 2 have survived. Okay, definitely. So you guys are aware of how it went down. I know this conference is like the translator is trying to keep up with everything. It's a lot of information that's being thrown at her, but you can make the gist of there being the situation where they were looking and searching and going by every lead to find the victims.
Unfortunately, 2 of them were not alive, and 2 were alive. We found one of the detained person,
There you
the
go. Ooh,
one,
let me stop
the
right
person
there.
that was
In Mexico, okay? Let me see if I can make myself smaller here. Okay? You see how they have that power projector right there, and they have this individual in that in the corner, might be the right hand or left hand corner right there. They have like this black block on his eyes. You guys see that? When somebody is being accused of a crime or they're being like sought out, typically they will blind their eye. Like that's a something about their eyes is a sense of privacy. Okay, so you might be able to see his face, but you won't be able to see his eyes. All right, so they apprehended one, which is what we reported earlier. Okay, we broke that earlier. We let you guys know that they apprehended one, and so this is who that person is. They have it in that projector. I'm trying to see if I can even go deeper and research on the some of the Mexican websites and stuff and see what we can find if anything has been plastered. His name, it's blurry here. His name is Jose Guadalupe. That is, see it from that corner. If you, I can't zoom in any further down, but it's on the red label, and his name is Jose Guadalupe. That's what it says. Okay.
uh, invigilating these people, and they are already uh, at the disposition of the state and of the public ministry. We have to show that this was done through drones. Around 10:30 a.m., as the governor said, through the protocols, we delivered to the consulate the 2 American citizens that were alive.
Yes. Hey Manny, yes, yes. Okay, let me pull the LA Times because it's given the name. I read it correctly. His name is Jose Guadalupe. They printed it out. Here we go. So this is the most recent update here. Two kidnapped Americans found dead. In Mexico, two others rescued and returned to the U.S. from the LA Times. All right. Where did his name go? So here we go. Mexican authorities detained one suspect whom they've identified only as Jose Guadalupe N, 23-year-old, who they said was a guard at the house. So, again, all right, the individuals, they were taken to a house. Okay, the officials were searching. All four of them were taken to a house, two of which have died. You think it's a scapegoat, Manny? Oh man. Oh man. So, two of which have passed away, and then you have the two survivors. Okay. Manny says the scapegoat. He's 23. He's so young. My goodness. Fall guy. Like they left him there with the house with them. Possibly. They found him in a house. Okay. My goodness. I'm just trying to see if anything relevant in this article that would be helpful. Jesus. Yeah, I'm a little like I don't know what to make of it. Here we go. Back to that. So this is what they were searching for. I'm really surprised that they found them too. Let's remember that the story of the bus of the young folks that arrived to protest that approximately oh yes, inquisitive. Yeah, that was a big story in Mexico too. I remember that. I remember that. I mean, he's 23, Manny. A very well likely scapegoat. I'm really surprised they found him. The most dangerous people in the world are those who have nothing to lose. Unfortunately, Sinner, you're absolutely right. I'm really surprised. Yeah, I just read that comment like 3 times. Sorry about that. It is such a sad situation. I'm in Mexico now, and this is such a tragic situation. Oh, Harmony. Um, nice knowing Jose. Once the cartel finds him, they slit him up over. Well, I don't know about all that. We'll see what happens, but and I don't speak for the cartel, so I don't really like putting stuff out there like that. Sad situation for a young person involved. Well, but Manny here and a lot of you guys said the same thing, Sudi, that he might just be a fall guy, which wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if that is the case. You talk about organized crime, there's always a fall guy.
to
Always.
continue with the other procedures with the corpses. Thank you. Then now it's questions and answers. We can start. Please be brief. Since we have a tight schedule, and everyone please be brief. Thank you. We have a list. Fabiola Sanchez from AP, please. Good afternoon to all authorities. I would like to ask, what's the condition of the person that has been injured? He was injured on his leg. How did the first people that died, how did they die? The place where everyone was found, was it a security house? What type of house was it? How did you arrive to this place? How how did you get to that place? What can you tell us? Was a ransom?
Okay,
And
I was able to
also,
pull a
how many
picture.
people
Let me see if I
took
can get this
part
picture.
of this action? I can see several on the video. Are they part of a particular cartel? Does, do you, are you going to increase security? in Matamoros? And for the
Okay.
governor, what's your
Let me stop this right here. So again, if you guys want to watch that, please hit the replay. Please also hit the like button while you're down there checking the description box for any more information that we have. I want to upload a picture before I head out because we've been talking about this story and it's a developing story, right? Please keep that family in your prayers. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to show you guys. I was able to get a picture of Jose from that screenshot, just by a screenshot through the video. You guys see that? This is the person that they captured. This is what everybody's saying is the fall guy. Okay, everybody see? His name is Jose Guadalupe N, and he's 23 years old. I think they even put his birthday. I don't know if that's his birthday there. Enero, January. Hold up. I think it's January 13th of 1993 as his birthday. Does that even make sense? I don't know if anybody can do the math. So this is the person that they captured and they're naming as their assailant. Okay? He was the guard at the house where because they went in the house where they found them. They're 23 years old. Okay? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the chat. Of course, we got this. We blew it up. I screenshotted it, cropped it, and everything. You think it's 99? Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense, right? Birthday wise? Let me see. Hold up. Is it 93 or yeah, it can't be 93. It has to be 99. Hold up, guys. It is 99. I see it now. I see it now. It looks like 99. He's 23. So it's very young. Very young. That would be 30. 30. Yeah, it's 23 now. Yeah, do the math, guys. I'm horrible at math. Do the math. It looks like 99. Okay, says Ella. Ella Bella says it's 99. Okay. It looks like 93 for far away, but it could be 99. But if he's 23 and that's what they're coding him in the articles, then he's very likely going to be 99. Yeah, they always grab someone, make an arrest, and then, yeah, true. So we don't even know if this is really the guy or this is just a person at the house, right? We don't really know. This is unfortunate too. Like it would be good to know. 23 to 24 if it's 99. Right. Nobody on the block of that house alerted them. And yeah, it seems like he's been set up to me. We don't know if it's him. But then again, I don't know anything about him. We don't know, but I'm very curious. It would not surprise me if this is just a scapegoat, a fall guy, somebody that they just grabbed up. I wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. Oh Lord. Yes. Scapegoat low ranking. You've been listening, hey Tia. All right. Well, I have to head out. You guys have a great rest of your day. I don't know if I'll be live later, but if I am, you guys make sure you hit that notification bell, hit that like button. You know how we do it over here. Rabbits out.